My name is JaQuan Hankinson. I play football professionally.
Okay. Just reaching back, when did you begin to take football serious?
I had to say I started at 8, but I really took it serious at 9. You know what I'm saying? I went, so I was playing for the South Atlanta Falcons. You know what I'm saying? And shit, I wasn't starting, and I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So from then on, it was monkey. You know what I'm saying? It was pull-ups at the monkey bars, push-ups at the park, and sprints on the grass. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's dope. So you took that from Little League in a high school, right? Where you go to high school at?
I went to Groves High School. I was 13 on Evergreen. You know what I'm saying? A little culture shock. You know what I'm saying? But it was the best move for me and you know what I'm saying, my family.
Okay. So I know high school ball going good. You started taking football serious. So by that time, NFL on your mind, right?
Man, that's from the beginning, for real. You know what I'm saying? From about 9th grade, that was the goal, you know what I'm saying? Late nights, early mornings, you know what I'm saying? Everything, as far as, just putting in the time, the weight room, all that,
Okay. So you got college on your mind too. What was the recruiting process like for you in high school?
The recruiting process, it was a little different, man. I went to a school where, I ain't gonna talk down on it or nothing like that, but I'm gonna just say, it wasn't really pushing for me to get to the next level. I was told to join the Marines, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, around about 10th grade, I started, trying to figure out how I could get to that next level. I had a couple coaches, the coach from Miami of Ohio, Bowling Green. They all told me they'd come back for me. They used to come. We had a football class. I was balling in the classes and whatnot, and they just, they told me they'd come back for me. But due to just not being, kind of pushed on the recruiting scene, I didn't really go to no camps like that. Our coach wouldn't let us go to no camps or nothing like that. Like, we had to be strictly, with our school, our team, our 7-on-7 camps. Like, we couldn't really go to no 7-on-7 camps or nothing like that. So it was just kind of a fight, you know what I'm saying? I still had interest. I went to the Midwest Elite camp on Wixom, but I balled there, got some interest from some Division I schools, and then also some top Division IIs like Grand Valley and stuff like that. But and not to mention my grades wasn't hot either. I ain't gonna put it on everybody else, My grades weren't hot as well, so that kind of slowed down the process too. But I definitely had some opportunities that I wish I could have took advantage of.
Okay, so looking back on that, what's some advice you could give some high school ballers right now that's getting into the recruiting process?
Number one, go to camps. You know what I'm saying? Make yourself visible. Get seen. You know what I'm saying? Market yourself. Use your tools now. Now it's a different time, so it's like now you can use social networks to kind of build your brand a little bit more. I know it sounds crazy. It's talking about brands in high school, but you can really build a brand in high school. You know what I'm saying? Putting up your workouts and changing how people think of you and stuff like that on social networks. That's just the beginning process. And I say just sticking to the goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get too focused on other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just put in your work, put in your time. Do what you got to do to get to where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? And don't waste time.
Ooh, don't waste time. I like that. That's a good one right there. So now by this time, okay, you in college. What's some challenges you faced in college? Playing college football. Like, what's some of the challenges you faced?
Well, you know what?
Overcame those challenges.
I think my biggest challenge in college was tearing my ACL and my meniscus. I bust my ass to get to college. You know what I'm saying? I bust my ass. I really didn't have, like I told you, the recruiting process was kind of slow. Even though I went to Grand Rapids Junior College first, I went up there. We had to pay rent. You know what I'm saying? So I had to save refund checks. I couldn't splurge. You know what I'm saying? I had to prioritize my money. You know what I'm saying? I don't come from a family with no real big money, so all those refund checks was going towards bills and rent and food. We was doing what we had. We was doing what we had to do just to get groceries from the store. You know what I'm saying? Eating tuna. Peanut butter and jelly pancake sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that. So it was that was a real big challenge. And then once they ended up shutting our program down at Grand Rapids Junior College. So we ended up going from there. You had to pretty much find your own way. So I ended up going to Urbana University, where I bust my ass to get there. Recovering from a gunshot wound probably about like a month and a half before that. You know what I'm saying? And I still pushed through. 3 days after the gunshot, I was on the field. You know what I'm saying? Putting in work with the head wrap on. You know what I'm saying? And just trying to fight through. Also, academics. I would have to say academics wasn't really a fight because, and I'm not by all means. I'm not gonna say I'm the smartest dude, but I knew what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, if it had to be 3.0 or 2.5 just to make sure I was staying above. You know what I'm saying? Or as football players, sometimes we make sure our grades is A1 while we playing, but then, you know what I'm saying? So I may get a 3.2, 3.3 during season, and then on the off season I'm getting a 2.5 because I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? That's just honesty. You know what I'm saying? Not you know what I'm saying? Not that I don't have a work ethic, but you on the off season you think about ball, you think about that next season. You ain't even really processing. You know what I'm saying? Kinesiology, you processing trying to get that bag. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to get that bag. So you say you tore your ACL. Okay, now it's time to go pro. What was that like? Trying to, you feel me, go to that elite level, NFL?
Man, that was that was and still is a battle. Number one, because you start fighting with more than just your effort. You know what I'm saying? Like with my situation, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't coming from a big school. I wasn't the biggest, you know what I'm saying? I usually was the fastest on every team I was on, but you know what I'm saying? Sometimes that didn't add up when it came testing time. That's just honest, you know what I'm saying? Some of these guys, they paying $10,000-$15,000 to do 40 time training, you know what I'm saying? I'm training at Mumford, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? I'm training where I can, you know what I'm saying? So, just doing what I know from, what I learned in college and just, you know what I'm saying, trying to, push it to the limit, you know what I'm saying? I fell into some, you know what I'm saying, some great opportunities. God blessed me with an opportunity to go to North Carolina and play arena, you know what I'm saying? And that for me, that's more what it was about, was just trying to get in where I fit in somewhere to where I could get to the next level. So being able to humble yourself and realize that it's not always going to be NFL jumping out the gate, you know what I'm saying? Or it's not always going to be CFL jumping out the gate. I played semi-pro first, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking, I was paying to play, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, I went from being, one of the best DBs at my college and in my conference to paying to play because, I had ended up not getting the opportunity fresh out, you know what I'm saying? I had lost my scholarship due to tearing my ACL. So, I went from the highest scholarship on the team to no scholarship on the team, getting kicked out of school and having to come home. I had a daughter, you know what I'm saying? I had just had a daughter, so I lost my scholarship. I came home for a full year and just made money, you know what I'm saying, trying to put my daughter in the right position to where I could still, you know what I'm saying, after that situation, leave and still get back to the money, you know what I'm saying, get back to the goal at hand. So that was, trying to overcome that injury and just trying to get back into football. I humbled myself and played semi-pro, you know what I'm saying. I was one of the best players in semi-pro, you know what I'm saying, but unfortunately sometimes that didn't matter to the, you know what I'm saying, to the professional scouts and whatnot. But, when you put that time and that work in, you know what I'm saying, you can't be denied for real.
So touching on now, just speak on what you on right now, like what you doing right now, and just hit us with a short-term goal. You feel me?
Yeah. Well, right now, when I came home, I just came back home from arena. right now, I was really, to be honest, I was putting 100% into being a father. You know what I'm saying? I always put 100% in, but at first it was kind of just like, I was trying to fit everything around becoming a better player. So when I came home, you know what I'm saying, I kind of put more emphasis on, making some more money as far as, maybe a better paying job, you know what I'm saying, putting some time into some photography and some nonprofits with feeding the homeless and stuff like that. My ultimate goal and my short-term goal is to get back on that field, make it happen. Right now I got a little pending opportunity with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers in the CFL that I'm working towards, I'm hoping to either get into mini camp or training camp. I'm in contact with the coaches and we have a full ongoing relationship, so I'm just putting back in the time and to get back to that opportunity. But like I said, I'm trying to put myself in the best position to be the best father I can be. So right now that's number one on my priority list. But I'm definitely still working. I'm still on the field every day. I'm still in that weight room every day. I'm still, putting in the time. I'm still praying. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still believing in the goal. You know what I'm saying?
That wrap it up, for real. I appreciate you for giving me the time to interview me.
No doubt, bro. Appreciate that, bro.